Welcome to our December monthly update on consciousness. I'm Jonette Crowley, a channel, a mystic, a clairvoyant, and since August or since September, we've been doing these monthly updates because so much is happening. So, what I'm calling today or this month is the cracking of the third shell. And I'll talk a little bit about that. But today is a solar eclipse, a new moon solar eclipse. So, both the moon is dark and the sun was dark earlier today. And so, it really symbolizes a rebirth, a massive reopening into energies that are unknown. So I'm going to talk about how this has come to be and why this is so different, what's happening now from what has ever happened before. And then we'll talk about some things in our lives to just pay attention to in the next, this month, but for the next 6 or 8 months out. So what I was told, so in July, on the day out of time, July 21st, I was on a vision quest on a sacred peak in South Dakota, Lakota Peak. For 4 days, I camped without water, with water, without food, and seeking visions. On that day, uh, the vision I had, I recorded it. The vision I had was about the earth being reconnected to these co-creational waves from the Big Bang. So I want to read a little bit of my transcript of what I recorded on that mountain in July. It said the earth was created, or I said, I was channeling this. The earth was created to be a sanctuary of many species. And that's why you all are hybrids of so many stars. And there's a plethora of plants and animals. This blue star was meant to be a sanctuary. But we have stumbled in that because of our warring and our disregard for sanctuary. So, what's happening now is so much more help from the cosmos that never had permission to come to us before, now has permission. And so I'll talk about what I said with these creational waves that maybe I have this great art piece. The Big Bang, it wasn't just one moment. It is a continuous creational waves. Creation comes in waves and it's co-creational. So when the Big Bang waves happen, and they're continuous waves that happen from the Big Bang, when they hit, say, Earth responds with co-creational waves back, and they hit new waves from all the other stars and all the other planets and from the Big Bang. So there's a continuous co-creation throughout the cosmos, and it never stops, and the incipient creational waves always come. So what has happened is that over time, Earth has built from its co-creational um, relationship or interaction with the Big Bang, the Earth has built three shells around itself. I saw it as I sat there in my vision quest as bubbles. And so these waves come from the Big Bang. So here's my beautiful drawing. Three bubbles. What's happening now? And it started, I believe, it felt like this first outer shell began to crack in August on the 8/8. And so it's as if the Big Bang wave hit this outer wave, and that created new reactions from the earth. So the second wave, the second bubble or shell around the earth seemed like it began to crack around the equinox in September. And Mark had said, my guide had said, that in December, the third shell would crack open. And it feels like it's today, but it may not be. They're not clear in the time at all. But this third shell is the last shell of protection. Well, protection, but that has kept us separate from all the great beings in the universe and all the powerful creative impetus that is available to us. So now, with this inner bubble breaking or this inner shell cracking, it feels like the amniotic sac that surrounds babies in the womb. When that sac is pierced, the water breaks, the birth begins, the flow happens, and there's no going back. This is where we are now with the piercing of the amniotic sac, or what Marcus called the third shell. What this means is we are moving into a place of rapid rebirth. And from where we are now, we cannot know the outcome. I asked all the guides, where are we going? They said, it is unknown. But with the opening of the shell, we are now born back into the greater galaxy, back into communion and communication with the star beings, the angels, the beings who had to stay away until we got to this point. And now there's going to be immense co-creation at all levels of the universe. So let's back off. What does that mean for us? The picture I see is like a chessboard with the chess players there. And we have become small. We've identified over the millennia with being pawns. And we're the smallest chess pieces, the least powerful chess pieces. And the pawns only have power fighting other pawns, right? So there's the black side and the white side. We are on a chessboard of duality. And we feel that we are the smallest pieces. As we get more empowered, we change our pawn into a knight or a bishop or a king or a queen. So that's the next higher level of our growth, is not feeling we're victims, but moving into more powerful pieces. But the next level of our growth is where we let go of being the pieces at all. And we see that we are the chess master. We are no longer just these pieces. We are no longer identifying with our perspective, our individuality, and see that we're the master of the game. So now what's happening is we are moving from our identity as any of the pieces to our identity as the chess master, because we now have more energy from the cosmos to support this immense growth out of powerlessness, out of position, out of perspective, out of identity, into the awareness of all that is, into the awakening. So as we do this, the first thing that we see as the chess master is the polarity, the matrix that we're in. I believe that with the cracking of this amniotic sac, or this third shell, that the game itself will change. We won't just be chess masters of this game in polarity, but that the whole matrix will throw away the chess board that has the black and white in opposition and fighting, and we will create a new game that is absolutely unknown. I want to share a quote that I channeled in 2012 from the goddess Ashtatara. It's just one sentence. And she said, I invite you to let go of the things you think you want, so the vision of what is possible may be unlimited. So I want to say a little bit more about that, giving up what we think we want. It is so, as I was sitting in that vision quest, one of the other things I channeled was about the importance of allowing creation, allowing all these changes to happen without deciding what's good, what's bad, what's right, what's wrong, just allowing and inviting. Along with allowing creation, and this next part's hard, is to let go of some of our intentionality, because our intentionality is, I from this position want this. But whatever this is based on the limitations of the position of the person who wants it. So spend some time outside of intentionality, outside of what is my purpose? What am I doing? And here's some words that I channeled on that mountain, that curiosity is a more important creator than intention. Curiosity. And that curiosity is also a more important creator than love. These words came out on that vision quest. Said, love is a given. Love is a given. Love is the nature of the universe. But curiosity is a choice. And curiosity gives more dividends than you will ever know. So at this time when everything's breaking open, new co-creational forces are coming from the center of the galaxy, coming from everywhere, interacting with Earth, allowing, ease, curiosity are the most important elements to pay attention to now. The other thing that's important in this is to begin to release your sense of duty. You know, I have to do this. This is my mission. This is my job. This is why I came here. Or this is my job in the family. I'm very dutiful. Duty has been important when those three shells were around the earth and we were separated from the movements of the great cosmos. But again, it's going to keep us small. So I'm not talking to our personality selves. I'm talking to our ascended selves. And our ascended selves will let go of the identification of what's right and wrong on this earth, what our duty is. And again, I asked, what is the most important way to be now as these openings happen? And the word was joy. Joy. 'Tis the season. And to relax because it's already done. Everything we're feeling, the goodness, the opening, the reawakening is given. It's already happened. So in this December, I really invite you to open to the full power of creation. The other thing I see is that beings who have never been in form, I've called them the watchers. They are formless beings of very high magnitude. Once this egg or amniotic sac is pierced, which I believe is now, these watchers who've had to stay away are going to have more interaction, more flow, more communion with the earth. All of the higher beings are going to have more presence here, which also means that the higher being part of you is more present now. So I guess my invocation is to invoke all of us to remember our highest presence, our highest unknown potential, and just hold our arms open to receive, not intending what the gifts are, but that the receiving is intentional. What we receive is unknown. What I'd like to do now, and usually I just, on these updates, I just talk about what's happening, but I'd like to just do an energy transmission. We're going to do a bigger one in my Ascension activation on December 21st, which is the third part of our activation series. But I'm going to hold a space for you to be very grounded and steady on this earth so that you can invite these immense co-creational waves from the universe into us, unimpeded by the shells of protection that the earth has put up, because these shells are breaking and we are opening up to an unknown incredible birth. So join me in holding the space of receiving. Let your mind be quiet so your curiosity has some room to play. And perhaps we keep to that analogy and move your identity out of the chess pieces now, feeling yourself as a master of the game. A master of the game. And with that power, what we think of as what's black and what's white is not important. Those are just roles. Those are just games. And reconnect to your presence. Your higher cosmic presence that is awakening. Let duty fall away. Let all the beliefs of how you should be or shouldn't be fall away. And let the consciousness of this massive reawakening support you. So just a reminder to be kind to yourself. This is a month of gift giving, and make sure you're number one on that list of giving back to yourself. December 21st will be another major opening. For those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, it's our favorite day because the light comes back. And I will do another one of these updates on January 1st. 2022 is such an immense year. I was told back in 2012 that 2022 would be the next most important year. 2022, my guides are calling it the year of truth. And I believe the energies of this rebirth, this shell cracking, is going to lead to more and more truth. And truth isn't outside truth. What does the government say? It's not that. It's the truth of who we each are in our unique power. So it's about being in your unique power. January 1st, we'll do another update. February 2nd is a powerful day, 2/2/22, February 22nd. This next year is going to happen very quickly. All of the changes that have been kind of on hold, and we think they're on hold because of COVID, but they're on hold because we weren't set up in the birth canal. Now we're in the birth canal, our heads down, the water's broken, and we are moving. All of us, not just some of us. We're all moving through this. Some of us are awake and notice it, and others, and are curious, and others are not. It is now. So, blessed ones, thank you for your awareness of your own spiritual growth. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Kindness, joy, and gratitude. Thank you. Happy December.